Hey traders, this is Heather. What a week we have had in the markets. My goodness. I want to point something out to you. We're looking at the daily chart on SPX, and we have had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row with a close higher than the previous session. That's pretty rare. We usually don't get more than like 3 or 4 in a row. So I think the big question in this very moment for tonight and tomorrow is, do we get a pullback tomorrow or do we continue higher? So I'm of the opinion that we take a little dip tomorrow. I'm not thinking about anything huge, but I think a pullback ahead of the weekend after a 7-day rally probably makes a lot of sense, right? Where could we go? Well, we closed above 68.24 today. 68.24 is where we did close. So I think, if we head back below 6,800 tomorrow, that's totally reasonable and it's nothing crazy. By the way, this is the first time that we have had a close above 6,800 in a month. So if we do get below 6,800, where could we get? Well, I do want to point out this weekly quant pivot right here. This is the H2, and price only closes the week above that level 5.6% of the time. So we have some pretty good odds that we get a close below that level tomorrow. That level is at 67.10. That said, it's 115 points away. That would be a steep drop. Now, could we go 110 points or 115 points lower in one day? By all means, especially if there's some sort of news that sends price lower. However, I don't think it's very likely. Remember, even though we usually close inside this zone, the H1 and the L1, also the H2 and the L2, it's not never, or it's not always. We don't always close in that zone. There are some outliers. In fact, I'm going to move over to our weekly quant pivots so that we can look at the last several weeks. You can see that even though historically price only closes outside of those levels about 6% of the time, it did so last week and the week before that too. So could it happen 3 weeks in a row? Absolutely. In fact, when I go back, over the last several years and look at, okay, when does price close outside of the quant pivots on a weekly time frame, does tend to happen in clusters. It'll happen 2 or 3 weeks in a row, or it'll happen 2 weeks in a row, and then we'll have a normal week, and then another week where it closes outside of those levels. So if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. It takes an extreme move to get a close outside of these levels. When would we get an extreme move? When we have extreme conditions like a geopolitical event, or maybe there's some news around the Fed that the market doesn't like or really does like. Maybe there's a global pandemic, right? So when we see those extreme conditions, that's when we also tend to see those extreme price movements. So do we get a close back below 67.10 tomorrow? I don't think so, but I'm happy to be wrong. I do think we could see a move back to 6,800 tomorrow or even below that. All right, so what else happened today? Not a dull day at all. And I'm not just talking about the indices. SMH had some new all-time highs today. Look at that move, all the way up to +3 ATR. We've got rising momentum on the squeeze histogram, so it could certainly keep going. I believe LRCX also made a new all-time high today. Yes, it certainly did. So Semi's doing great. Nvidia, if we look at Nvidia, doesn't look as good as the other semiconductor stocks. It's still kind of lagging, so I think it's probably just best to stay away from trading this one in the moment. What do I think looks good? Let me just change my chart really quick so that these candles are a little bit more clear. This is what I do think actually looks really good today. And I had to look hard because we're in a moment in time where we either have a lot of stocks that took off with yesterday's gap up, and so they're just flying high. I'm not a momentum trader, so I can't really trade things when they're at all-time highs. So that eliminates a lot of stocks for me right now because there are a lot of stocks that just took off without me, okay? And then we have another group of stocks that they're really just lagging behind. And I don't want to trade the laggers, really, right? So not a lot of options, but I did find this one, LQDA. So it is a little bit higher up than I typically like, okay? Normally I like to get into price when it's right in between +1 ATR and the daily 21. And it actually hit 2 ATR today. But I'll tell you what I like about it. So it's still in an ideal squeeze with rising momentum on the squeeze histogram. So that squeeze hasn't fired yet. So I got into a call debit spread with the small lot trading room. We used the May monthly expiration. And what we're doing is we are targeting this recent high up near 46. If you have a larger account and you just wanted to get calls, in the money calls, those look good too. So if you like that one, I'm just trading those recent highs up at 46. No reason to get too crazy. I will tell you the expected move for LQDA between now and the May monthly expiration is 11 points. However, price is only 6 points away. So I think it could absolutely make it to my target. Assuming that price continues to cooperate and move higher, I think that it could absolutely get to my target of 46 in time for my expiration. Where am I looking to see when I'm ready to go long in other swing stocks? So I do want to keep an eye on crude because look at this. Still really close to 100. Now it came down a lot, which thank goodness for that. But it's still really close to 100. So I want to keep an eye on that. Can we get below 95? Really, can we get below 90? I think it's going to take a minute for that to happen. But once that happens, I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable putting some risk into my account with some bullish trades. All right, so I'm watching that. Always watching the VIX. Finally made a move below 20 today, which is great. Haven't seen that since, February. Let's see. When was the last time VIX was below 20? February 27th. So a little bit over a month since VIX was below that. So that's a good sign too. So I'm going to keep an eye on both of those things. One final thing, I'm going to move back to SPX. I'm sorry I keep going back and forth, but I want to point out some levels below. If we really get another move lower, I'm not sure that we do. I do think that we get a little pullback in the, next few days. But should we retest, these lows or at least flirt with these lows or break the lows, what would I be looking at? So I have a little buy zone right down here in between 63.88 and about 6,200 we could call it. I have some fib extensions at 6,225, 63.38. So if things start heating up in the Middle East again, and we do see some extreme selling again, that is what I would be looking to target. Ultimately, 62.25 is what I would be looking at. All right, so that is what I have for you today. I hope you all have a great Friday and a great weekend, and I will see you in the trading rooms. Thanks, traders.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me